Salud familia, Angel Anderson here with the first episode of Smarketing News. Before we get started with today's topic, let me tell you a little bit about Smarketing News, what it's about, what can you expect from now on. Smarketing News is going to be a news show surrounding sales and online marketing, policy changes, regulation, government compliance, anything, any law, any regulation, a policy that can make or break your business. There are things that other people are not talking about that you should know and that are important. So you are going to hear about those changes, laws, regulation, anything, any policy here every Monday, 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time every Monday, unless something changes, and of course you will find out here ahead of time. But for now, and before we get started, I want to ask you, this is going to be, I'm testing this format. This is not a solidified format. We are going to probably bring other people. So please feel free to leave a comment, leave a feedback. How can we make it better? Maybe something that you want to find out. Maybe you have a question about whether it's email marketing, something that has to be surrounding rules, regulations, law, policies about sales and online marketing. That's the news show every Monday, 7 p.m. here. Today, so with that said, let's start with today's episode, first episode. Yeah! We're talking about GDPR. Today we're talking about GDPR compliance. Meaning, what is GDPR? How it doesn't affect you, even if you're in the United States. So first of all, the GDPR stands for General Data Privacy Regulation. Let me double check to make sure. It stands for General Data Privacy Regulation. And it was passed in 2016. But the reason people are scrambling right now today is because the compliance date, you're supposed to be compliant by 25 May 2018. Now, it mainly affects companies, directly affects companies that have clients in the EU or have subscribers in the EU, meaning like, for example, email marketing subscriber. If you use an email list or a service like Aweber or MailChimp or any of the other ones out there to market or promote your content or your services to people in the EU. So what you should know if you have customers, paying clients or subscribers in the EU. First of all, EU customers and subscribers, and I'm reading so I don't misquote and you don't burn me later, can ask about their personal data, how and why it's being used at any time. Think about that one. Do you have a process to provide that information? Are you documenting that process? EU customers and subscribers can update or request updates to their personal information at any time. Can request that you erase their personal data, cease further dissemination of data, and potentially have third-party halt processing of data. Important. They may unsubscribe from you and your emails at any time. Now, if you're using an email marketing service like Aweber or MailChimp, you're supposed to have that unsubscribe link at the bottom. But just in case, I know I met people that just add people for the sake of adding people to the list, and that's a big no-no in the United States and now in the EU. Now, even if you don't have clients in the EU, I think it's a great, in my opinion, it's something that you should apply, because it not only adds business transparency, it protects you from possible disgruntled employees or data breaches. We saw the Facebook problem recently. So here's what you should do before 25 May 2018. Even in my opinion, even if you don't have any clients or subscribers in the EU. First of all, create and update your privacy policy page. The privacy policy page should be available and visible to everybody that visits your website. Anybody that is looking for your privacy policy, they should be able to find it, and that should tell people how you collect the information, what they use, just like we said before. How and why is being used. That's part of the regulation. Second of all, get explicit content from your subscribers. Just don't add people to an email list, to a marketing list, just without their permission. A good policy for that, a good rule of thumb will be send them the update or get written consent. Send them the page so they can opt in, the form so they can opt in themselves, or get a written consent, and if they send you a Facebook message, an email, just screen capture that one and save it just in case you get dinged in the future, you have proof. Third, document and communicate a process of data requests from your clients and subscribers. Fourth and last, keep a comprehensive record of how you collect data, your personal data, from your subscribers and clients. And I think that's a good practice, but it's something that we, with the daily grind, entrepreneurs and business owners with the daily grind, we might push to the side. But let me tell you, folks, it's important that you, if you don't have time, you delegate or you have somebody to create and update your privacy policy page, and you actually read it. Just don't copy somebody else's and just copy and paste it. If you need a good starting point, search for a GDPR policy template on Google, send it to a lawyer, or hire a law firm or somebody online that can actually tailor that to your specific business, and you are safe that way. I come across so many of my clients that they don't have a privacy policy, and I tell them to input it, and they just don't put it high enough because you have other important things to do. But don't neglect it. It's important. Especially if you have clients and subscribers in the EU, but it's still a good practice if you don't. I hope you like this episode, the first episode of Smarketing News. Next week, we're going to be, next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we're going to cover a new topic, something that is new, hot, or something that you should know regarding sales and online marketing, regarding laws, regulations, policy changes, anything like that you should know, that you should be aware. So if you are not following us on Facebook, hit the follow button so Facebook can let you know remind you the next time we upload a video. But with that said, my friend, remember, this isn't we are testing now. This is a test right now. Leave your feedback. I will appreciate it. Let me know if you have any questions below. If you have any question about anything that regarding sales and online marketing, and we might cover in the next episode. Until the next one. Peace out.